Coming up, a Rimerton home is remodeled by a car crash.
And the Valdosta City Council discusses improvements to its wastewater system.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Andrea Bonaparte.
And I'm Ashley Morrison. Yesterday, about after 1:30, the Rimerton Police and Fire Departments responded to a car crash that left a family temporarily homeless. Police said the driver of a 2009 Volkswagen Beetle crashed into the front bedroom of a home on the 1700 block of Wayland Park. The reason, the driver said one of her flip-flops became lodged between the floor and the brake pedal. This prevented her from braking as she attempted to turn left. Officials reported no one was hurt in the crash. However, the house sustained significant damage and the family had to find temporary lodging.
The Valdosta City Council says 20 of its manholes are in need of immediate repair. In 2011, the City Council approved a manhole replacement program. Altogether, the city has now identified 120 manholes that need to be replaced. This project is estimated to cost nearly $2.3 million and should be completely done by December 18th.
In less than a month, there will be major changes to gun laws here in Georgia. Reporter Shaquila Lott has more with the story.
Licensed Georgia gun holders will not be able to bring their weapons onto the grounds of public schools or public college campuses when two new gun laws go into effect July 1st. Georgia residents won't be allowed to carry their guns on school grounds due to overlapping provisions within House Bill 60 and House Bill 826, both signed by Governor Nathan Deal. House Bill 60 allows licensed gun owners to carry firearms in bars, churches, and public buildings with some restrictions, while House Bill 826 changes the zero-tolerance policy at schools, giving school administrators the choice to control the reprimanding of a student who brings a dangerous object. Because Deal signed House Bill 60 after House Bill 826, the general language within House Bill 60 prevails.
The ban would be the smarter thing to do because me coming in as a freshman, I feel like if there were like guns on campus, I wouldn't feel too safe. So I feel like that would be real smart. And also, if like they allow teachers to have it, and if like younger kids were to get a hold of it, that wouldn't be like real good.
While there are some individuals against carrying weapons on school grounds, there are proponents for House Bill 60 and the right to bear arms.
Really, this is just a really big victory for really all Americans, whether you agree with the Second Amendment a lot or not, because now what it's doing essentially is saying that you have the right to defend yourself no matter where you're at. I absolutely think it's a great law, it's a great idea, and I'm very happy to see that it passed.
Representatives of Georgia Carry predict that there may come challenges from gun supporters to decriminalize carrying weapons on public college campuses, which would eventually have to be settled in the courts. With News Valdosta, I'm Shaquila Lott.
The Southern Christian Leadership Conference is questioning Valdosta Schools' unitary status. Is it as desegregated and fair as the government now says? Here's reporter Victoria Golden with more.
It's been 43 years since a lawsuit forced Valdosta citizens to desegregate, but a local civil rights group says there is still more to be done. After partial unitary status in 2008, the U.S. Department of Justice consented unitary status for the system earlier this year. A fairness hearing has been scheduled for June 30th, but in order for citizens to voice their opinions, they must submit a written statement to the office of District Judge Hugh Lawson. With News Valdosta, I'm Victoria Golden.
We have an update on the former Lowndes County banker accused of embezzling and losing $21 million of investors' money. Authorities say he disappeared for 8 months and faked his own death with suicide letters. Now they say he has reached a settlement in court. 47-year-old Aubrey Lee Price was jailed in Statesboro and was scheduled to stand trial June 23rd in U.S. District Court on bank fraud charges. But during a pretrial hearing held Tuesday, Price agreed to settle his case with a plea deal, according to a federal prosecutor. They expect the deal to be completed today.
President Obama has issued a new call to action to help prevent rape on college campuses. Reporter Tashelle Williams has this story.
As part of a new national effort to address high rates of sexual assault on college campuses, President Obama issued a presidential memorandum to establish the White House Task Force to protect students from sexual assault. I'm here at Valdosta State University to get some opinions on the new call to action from the police officers. Both the President and the Council on Women and Girls are committed to ending sexual assault and supporting survivors by improving school responses to violence, bettering criminal justice responses to survivors, and committing vital resources where it will do the most good.
Each one of our officers here are afforded the opportunity for sexual assault training. We put that on every year. All of the investigators, myself, Lieutenant Cindy Cobb, and Major Ann Farmer, are the 3 primary sexual assault investigators for the University Police Department. And we keep up yearly training and courses through Janessa as well as the Haven here as well.
The VSU police are looking to have 0 victims in sexual assaults. Today's report states that students experience some of the highest rates of sexual assault. This violence and the stress, fear, and mental health challenges that often follow combine to increase dropout rates and limit opportunities for success in college for women and girls. We all have a role to play in preventing violence and supporting the millions of survivors across the country. I'm Tichelle Williams for News Valdosta.
The South Georgia Medical Center is welcoming its new leadership team. Stephen Sherlock will assume the role of Director of Nursing Operations. His responsibilities include regulatory compliances and overall nursing quality and performance improvement. Sherlock will achieve this while he continues to pursue his public administration degree from Valdosta State University. And Mickey Waitley is the new Director of Pulmonary Services. Waitley has 13 years of experience and will be responsible for overseeing the Pulmonary Services Department, including process and quality improvement and supervision of respiratory therapy.
3 people were injured Monday when a vehicle overturned on Interstate 75. Just before 5:30 a.m., an SUV traveling northbound on the highway ran off the road and collided with a guardrail. The vehicle rotated and overturned in the roadway. According to the State Patrol, the 24-year-old driver, along with 2 passengers, including a 5-year-old boy, were transported to South Georgia Medical Center. The 2 adults were treated and released, but information about the child was unavailable. Drugs or alcohol were not involved in this crash, and passengers were wearing a seatbelt.
When operating heavy machinery, it makes sense to devote 100% of your attention to the task at hand. But why isn't that the case when it comes to driving an automobile? Reporter Chandler D. Jackson has this look at defensive driving.
Car safety includes many different factors. One must be aware of what is happening in and around their car. It's a fact that most crashes occur within 25 miles of the home.
Any time of year, defensive driving is very important. You could be the best driver in the world, but you got to remember you're out there on the road with other people. You have to watch out for those other vehicles on the road before they cause an accident. You also have to watch out for pedestrians when you're driving. Pedestrians, when they're walking, need to be careful of drivers because, like I said, they could be following the law. They could be in a crosswalk. But if there's a driver not paying attention, there's nothing they can do about it.
Valdosta Police Department distributes information on Georgia's safety belt law, as well as the child passenger safety law, and much more. A Virginia Tech Transportation Institute study revealed that physically dialing a phone while driving increases the risk of a crash as much as 6 times.
When I'm driving through, with the hands up, they'll try to cross, but I haven't felt any danger while I'm trying to cross myself. Wait an extra couple minutes if you have to, and don't try to cross real quick when the hand's out.
In conclusion, pedestrians, look both ways before you cross the street. Drivers, make sure you check your mirrors and watch for pedestrians. And whether you're a driver, a co-pilot, or just being chauffeured around, remember to always wear your seatbelt. With News Valdosta, I'm Chandler D. Jackson.
When we come back, we'll let you know what the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors discussed at their recent meeting.
And over 100 of Moody Air Force Base airmen will soon be out of work. We'll tell you why and more when we return. Stay with us.
Valdosta State University, encouraging
in-depth inquiry,
hands-on experience,
service and involvement,
and a global view,
while offering
a beautiful residential campus,
over 100 fields of study,
graduate and online degrees,
and championship athletics.
All in a warm and friendly community.
Get connected and involved.
Do more, become more.
Valdosta State University.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Area business officials are taking action to handle the possible end of Moody Air Force Base's key mission. With the end of that mission, airmen at the base will be let go from the military. The base is releasing 300 to 400 airmen due to nationwide budget cuts. News Valdosta reporter Hannah Hedges has more.
I'm here at the Valdosta Lowndes Chamber of Commerce, where I get to talk with Miranda Moore about the Moody Transition Campaign.
Operation Moody Transition is a result of budgets for 2015 and moving forward. The Air Force is actually doing a drawdown of about 25,000 personnel across the board, so we're talking the entire country. Operation Moody Transition is a collaborative effort on the part of the Georgia Department of Labor, the Valdosta Lowndes Chamber of Commerce, the higher institutions for education in our area, as well as the Employer Committee and various employment agencies.
The committees for Moody Transition are working to create opportunities for the 300 to 400 airmen who are going to be released from the Air Force effective on October 1st of this year. One of the first parts of the campaign is called Hiring Moody's Heroes, which will take place at the Georgia Department of Labor on July 8th from 8:30 to 10 a.m. This workshop caters to the local business owners who are preparing to hire Moody airmen and women. Most of the local entrepreneurs will be hiring for positions like security forces, civil engineering, logistic readiness, and equipment maintenance. The campaign is tentatively working towards an expo which will be held on Moody Air Force Base, allowing vendors to come in with information about their workplaces to give Moody personnel a solid understanding of what jobs are available. The ultimate goal is that South Georgia stays their home. The Moody Transition Campaign will not only help our airmen and women, but also be beneficial for the community as a whole. With News Valdosta, I'm Hannah Hedges.
Tomorrow night, Peach State Summer Theater kicks off its 25th anniversary with 3 spectacular plays. Here's Greg McCarthy with a preview.
In celebration of their 25th year anniversary, the Peach State Summer Theater will host 3 musicals. Behind me, preparation has begun for one of the musicals while the rest are underway.
5, 6, 7. But you better not touch poison.
The Peach State Summer Theater is the official music theater of Georgia, which is also designated by the legislature and is not only produced by Valdosta State University, but also has the support of various big-name businesses of Valdosta behind them. At the Peach State Summer Theater, they produce 3 repertory musicals in rotation for the citizens of Valdosta's enjoyment. This year is a very special one for them because it is their 25th year anniversary, and day in and day out, they practice and prepare to make sure that these 3 musicals come to life.
Our 2014 season is a very special year because this is the 25th anniversary of VSU producing summer theater. And to honor that, we're doing 3 great musicals: Mary Poppins, 42nd Street, and Smokey Joe's Cafe.
From all 3 shows, you should expect nothing but the best performance from all the cast and all the crew.
The musicals will take place from June 6th until July 27th in Sawyer Theater, located in the Fine Arts Building behind me at Valdosta State University. The tickets can also be purchased in the box office here as well. With News Valdosta, I'm Greg McCarthy.
Farm days are back with fresh fruits, vegetables, and homemade goods. Citizens can enjoy farm days Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the courthouse in downtown Valdosta. If you're not able to make it this Saturday, don't worry because Farm Days will take place every Saturday in June in downtown Valdosta at the courthouse.
Looking for some great food and live music for the enjoyment of you and your family, or are you a musician that wants exposure? Well, you don't have to look further than a local Remington restaurant. Here's Victoria Golden with more.
I'm here at the Mill, located in Remington, where they just started a new tradition that could possibly skyrocket the careers of Valdosta locals.
Valdosta is known for its beautiful atmosphere, friendly community, and welcoming establishments. One of those welcoming establishments is The Mill, located in Remington. The Mill is starting a new tradition of inviting local talent to show the community what they're made of during open mic night. The first band featured in open mic night is the band The Catalyst.
The first one. First. They like it. You hear that? Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot more.
There's no set date for the next open mic night, but the manager assures that there will be more in the future. Keep a lookout.
The event tonight with the band, yes, we do plan on doing open mic nights, karaoke nights, open bands and things like that from time to time. We always wanted to get into a family-friendly business that relates to food and fun.
Don't be afraid to broadcast your talent in front of your community. You never know who's in the audience.
Don't miss the opportunity to possibly see local bands or be on stage yourself. With News Valdosta, I'm Victoria Golden.
When we come back, Shaquila Lott will give us a look at our local weather, so stay with us.
Yes, I am.
Give it to him hard.
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Shaquila Lott. Shaquila, what's the forecast?
Thanks, Ashley. Well, today is one of those days that a t-shirt and shorts will just have to do. Today's weather will be partly sunny and very hot with a high near 95 degrees. It's important that you all stay hydrated and in the shade as much as possible today. Later on tonight, the temperature will drop down to 70 degrees and skies will be partly cloudy. There will be a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms right before 2 a.m., so go on out and enjoy tonight's warm weather before any rain hits. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny with a high near 93 degrees. However, there will be a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m. Don't start off your weekend getting rained on. Keep an umbrella handy while you're out. Because of today's high temperatures, the UV index is set at an 11, which is extremely high on the 12-point scale. Try to avoid too much sun exposure. If you're outdoors, look for shade and wear protective clothing, and apply a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Today's pollen count is at a 4.9, which is considered to be medium. These conditions are considered pretty good for breathing, but if your allergies are extremely sensitive, take the necessary medicine so that breathing is much easier for you. That's all I have for weather today. Back to you ladies at the news desk.
Thanks, Shaquila. When we come back, Hannah Hedges will give us our sports updates. So stay with us.
Today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. Yeah. Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw a ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, swap us next Sunday. All the healthy children eat well and move a lot. And move a lot. And move a lot. Eat well and move a lot. 60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day. Skip a rope Saturday, freeze tag Friday, tap dance Thursday. Whole grains Wednesday, try a veggie Tuesday. Let's move Monday, split the sweet Sunday. Eat well children, all the healthy children.
Get ideas. Get involved. Get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Welcome back.
Now let's check in with Hannah Hedges for our local sports. Hannah?
Thanks, ladies. The VSU men's basketball team will host team camp on Friday and Saturday. Head coach and camp director Mike Heffler is inviting high school, varsity, and junior varsity teams, as well as big school division and small school division teams. Games will be held at the VSU Student Recreation Center and at Lowndes and Valdosta High Schools. Visit the V State Blazer website to see when you can catch a game. Is the Valwood High School football team ready for its next season? Our reporter Ashley Mooneyhan has more on the story.
I'm here at Kinetic Sports Performance, where I get a closer look at how the Valwood football team is preparing for next season.
Right now, and what we've been doing to prepare for next season is we're just in the weight room right now and conditioning, trying to put on, whatever we're doing, we're trying to be hitting our peak come season time. We want to be physically in the best possible shape we can be in.
Under Coach Henderson's leadership these past 2 years, the Valwood Valiants had a winning streak until they lost the championship game against Memorial Day. Because of this, the Valiants ended their season with a record of 26-1.
So far, I feel really good about this bunch. I feel we got a lot of leadership. We got a great senior class. We got a lot of experience back. We've got more depth than we've ever had. Our numbers, we're right at a little bit over 40, but, I feel like we have better depth than we've had in the 2 years I've been here. I think we got a chance to be pretty good this year.
The Valiants' first scrimmage game will be on August 14th, but they'll have to start the season strong as their first game will be against Memorial Day on August 22nd.
With News Valdosta, I'm Ashley Mooneyhan.
The reasoning for the dismissal of Trey Matthews of the Georgia Bulldogs was released yesterday. Apparently, it was because of a classroom dispute that Matthew admits to causing, which ultimately forced Coach Mark Rich to let go of the sophomore. The school stated that it involved a verbal altercation between Matthews and a professor, which fueled the student who had struggled with discipline problems in the past. Baseball legend Don Zimmer died yesterday at the age of 83. Zimmer was still working as a senior advisor for the Tampa Bay Rays. He has been in rehabilitation center in Florida since his heart surgery in mid-April. The Tampa Bay Rays have confirmed his death.
Thanks, Hannah. When we come back, learn how to get your creative side flowing.
And we'll tell you where you can stretch your voice box and vocal lessons, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Valdosta State University.
Quality academics.
Caring faculty mentors.
A beautiful campus.
Opportunities for involvement, leadership, and service.
Championship athletics, spirit and pride.
Discover your opportunities.
Valdosta State University.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Have you ever experienced a creativity block? Erin Ellis has this option for you to consider to help you unleash your creative spirit.
When it's time for us to be creative, we might find ourselves in a standstill or a creative block. Rituals of Creativity hopes to ease the process into creativity.
Rituals of Creativity is offered through Valdosta State University by its Department of Continuing Education for 6 weeks, June 23rd through August 4th. It can be taken at your own pace through desire to learn. Participants are challenged to explore and observe the outside world and inner self to create a journal using arts, poetry, and crafts that will stand as an inspirational tool. To remind ourselves to always think outside of the box.
A lot of people say, I don't think I'm not creative. I can't come up with creative ideas. Everybody has some level or form of creativity. Creativity comes in all different sizes, shapes, and colors and forms. So people will go through this class and hopefully learn to overcome some of those fears and develop. It's about the creative process. So developing their own kind of process for being creative.
Unleash your imagination with Rituals of Creativity. With News Valdosta, I'm Erin Ellis.
If you'd like to train your voice, VSU's continuing education program offers the joy of singing. A class taught by award winner singer Rhonda Paoletti, she says you will find your most natural and powerful voice and will gain confidence in the process. The class starts Tuesday. The 6 classes will cost you $89. Anyone interested in singing can enroll through VSU's continuing education program.
Just a heads up, Valdosta, if July comes and your kids' summer hasn't picked up yet, the Turner Center for the Arts here is offering a portrait and figure illustration class. The class will be held July 7th through the 11th with a cost of $50 per child. Bob Bradham teaches the class for young people 13 to 18 years old. Supplies will be provided.
Be honest, do you need swimming lessons this summer, or do you feel like you'll be fine without them? Reporter Ashley Mooneyham brings us this.
I'm here at VSU's Recreation Center, where I get to learn the importance of knowing how to swim, no matter what age you are.
VSU has been one of the main providers of swimming lessons in this area for over 20 years. They plan to continue that tradition, but why is it so critical to learn how to swim?
People are going to find themselves around water at some point in their lives, and they need to know how to swim. Their children need to know how to swim if their children are going to be around water. And you're going to find yourself around water sometime. Your children are. Some of these unfortunate incidents since the beginning of January are because children were not being supervised or got out of a locked room or got into a pool area and they drowned.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 1 to 4-year-olds have the highest drowning rates, and about 1 in 5 people who die from drowning are children 14 and younger. And these 2 kids seem to have a firm grasp as to why we need to know how to swim.
It is important, so if you would like to swim, you would be able to,
and you wouldn't drown.
Sydney and Hannah both have known how to swim for a few years now and believe that everyone should learn how to swim because of safety reasons and because it's really fun.
For our lessons, you have to be 3 and you have to be fully potty trained, and then there's no upper age limit. We actually have a woman who just registered last week and she's 88 years old.
So grab your swimsuit and join us down here at VSU's Recreation Center. With News Valdosta, I'm Ashley Mooneyham.
That's it for our program today. Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Ashley Morrison.
And I'm Andrea Bonaparte. This is our last news class until we come back in September. Have a great summer and thanks for watching.